Wow, what up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Rooster back at it again with some more basketball talk. Before I begin to the overview, I'm just gonna say straight up the main thesis of the video. The only reason DeAndre Ayton is getting all the hate he is because it's a distraction from LeBron James being garbage and he needs to retire. LeBron James actively hurts the team, and there always needs to be a scapegoat no matter where he goes. And DeAndre Ayton is that guy. The hatred, the vitriol that comes, same thing. Best thing. LeBron James needs to retire. Period. He's garbage at this point, and he makes the team worse. All the stats show it. That's what this entire DeAndre Ayton thing is about. All right, well, that sums up the video. But if you want to stick around and actually watch me break it down even further, well, stay tuned because we got a lot to talk about. Because we have a general basketball video here. There's a few topics I want to touch on, especially with all the time. I don't really have time to make a dedicated video, so I'm gonna make this long form, talk about a few different topics and break it up into some shorts. I'm gonna have the timestamps down in the comments. Still trying to figure out how to add them to the actual video. Maybe I'm not big enough to do it. Back when I first went on YouTube, man, remember back in the day, man, you used to be able to do everything. Any creator could just use all the tools just straight up. Now they gatekeep a lot of the tools behind, subscriber counts and all that. It's, I mean, I get it. They want to make sure you're actually serious about what you're doing and you stick with it. But man, it's a whole thing. But anyway, hold up. I'm coming back with the next part. All right. So we got three major topics. I might touch on a little bit, something at the end. We have LeBron James and DeAndre Ayton. We have Bam Adebayo's, 83-point game. We get on that. And we have some tanking talks. Stuff I've been working on for a little bit, but I haven't really had time, especially with everything going on. I'm still way behind on my T.I. 50 Cent thing. That's a whole different thing now, man. That shit is gone. Man, I got a lot to catch up on there. Man, everybody jumping in, man. Fight back. Fight back. Fight back 50. We'll get jumped. But I think he came out with something that people say was pretty heat. Like I said, it's so hard with 50 Cent. I don't know if that, but whatever. That's whatever. That's for other video, music side, sports and music, But let's go with LeBron James. So when are people gonna realize the pattern? It happens in every LeBron James team. And y'all know how my channel is. I have to talk against toxicity. Yeah, that's my whole thing. Toxic fan bases, toxic franchises, toxic players. The LeBron James fan base has been one of the worst in history for most of its existence. Till recently, where it's gotten a lot smaller. And then even LeBron James fans have to admit, a lot of the nonsense I've been saying. It's crazy how all these LeBron James, hate channels, I feel like, well, if you check my comment history from, ESPN forum days, I've been saying everything they're just saying about LeBron, I've been saying forever. It was really when we was in Miami, when I looked at him, I was like, this dude's just a better version of Russell Westbrook. That's it. And then later down the line, when he got Russell Westbrook, it came true. He pads his stats, he hogs the ball, and he just goes for it and gets calls. Like, doesn't matter. As a kid, I'm watching this dude. Well, kid, it's youth, I guess I should say. I'm watching this dude, and I'm like, why is he getting calls nobody else does? This is a whole thing. Like, it's a whole thing. Don't even start. Literally everything that you hear from these LeBron James truth channels, I've been saying forever. And it's weird how people know these now, but they still don't understand this one pattern here. It happens every time. Whenever he goes to a team, the media and the fans, they viciously attack a teammate. And not just in a basic, he's whatever kind of way. As in, they really spend so much vitriol and hatred. Russell Westbrook still won't come back to, he won't sign any Lakers jersey. You know what I'm saying? Because his fan base are just evil people, bro. So it's just evil to me, dog. There's no other way to put it. How, you know how I keep saying when it comes to Zach LaVine, why do I always take up for Zach LaVine, Trae Young, LaMelo? Now he's proven. You see how many people switch up all the hate he was getting? It was four of them. It was Zach LaVine, LaMelo Ball, Trae Young. Another one I can't think of that gets a lot of hate from the media. These same kind of archetype of players that you'll never win, all this bullshit, like while you sitting there with your fat ass at home eating Doritos. But and it's just basketball. It's not that serious. That's one thing I do agree with LeBron James about. Whenever I do agree with LeBron, like it's weird, son, because I was hating on him since day one. Not hating, but I was a truther since day one. As soon as he won that Rookie of the Year award, I'm over Melo. I already knew because I'm good at pattern recognition. You know, that's a key to understanding reality, understanding causality. If you don't have pattern recognition skills, then you cannot understand causality. And if you cannot understand causality, then life is going to be very hard for you. Life is a lot harder than it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. But if you understand why shit happens, you'll be spinning your wheels all day. And being able to recognize patterns objectively. I mean, I've been called LeBron James hater and most of my career. That's why I don't really talk about LeBron too much in this channel. I'm saying, like, everybody else does it for me. Everything I've been saying for 20 fucking years, now I got other people to do it for me. So I don't need to focus on it. But this part though, I will say, I don't say how people don't get it. I saw a video of people titled. I saw videos that people titled, "I hate DeAndre Ayton." Like, they actually generate enough hatred for this dude just because he said, "I don't play like Clint Capella." Ayton was right. That's the thing. Ayton was fucking right. Like, nothing he said was wrong. It's just all these brainwashed people have to hate for no reason. How do you hate a man because he wasn't making anything about Clint Capella's quality, even though I would say DeAndre Ayton's a better overall player than Clint Capella. I mean, y'all can get mad all you want. He is. And he talked about the roles. That's not his role. That's not what he does. It's not his strengths. And maximizing the value of players come from putting them in a position so they can maximize their strength. And minimize their weaknesses. The people want to be something that's not. So he's like, son, why did y'all give me for this role where that's not my strength? So I can play some defense, but I'm not a rim running, rebounder that's playing 2 feet from the basket. DeAndre Ayton he can put offensive pressure on the defense. And Ayton is good when LeBron is not on the floor. Because he needs the ball. You can't have 4 dudes who need the ball. Like Luka and Reeves, like they're good enough playmakers that Ayton could get enough touches with them two. The team, we wouldn't even have this conversation if LeBron wasn't playing. We wouldn't. This team would be good. Without LeBron, this team's good. And you got Jackson Hayes for that role. Like, you don't need Jackson Hayes is the Clint Capella. So that's so dumb. Watching people throw so much hatred at this man for no reason because of LeBron. It's like these same people who try to hold LeBron accountable now are the same ones who still go under the same program. They are programmed to behave a certain way because of this guy. Y'all have been programmed for 20 years by the media. And it is very satisfying watching this media programming unravel in people's brains. It takes a long time, but it's strong. So a lot of people don't even realize that they've been programmed, kind of like Steph Curry. The only reason people don't understand Steph Curry is as great as he is, the greatest player of all time, him, Kobe, and Jordan. It's because of LeBron. All the media has to hate LeBron. They put him down. They elevate all of his teammates and his coaches so to take credit away from Curry. Klay Thompson's overrated. He's just a regular 3-and-D guy. He's not a star caliber player. Draymond Green also. But all these dudes are elevated. Steve Kerr, overrated as fuck. Y'all know I got the whole series. Steve Kerr's overrated. Check that out. All of that is just to denigrate Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the fucking GOAT. He's carrying these bums into the Hall of Fame. And Klay Thompson is another one that people love so much, but he's really overrated. John Morant, yes, that's the other one. Okay, all right, because that's about Klay, yes. The players people like to hate, but it's not that fucking serious. Like, your life doesn't change. But you can feel it. You can feel the energy, the hatred, the vitriol. And, there's a lot of reasons. It's basketball, one of the blackest sports. So that's what it is. So I'm saying it gets way more hate than any other sport, like by far. It's a whole thing. Now, don't even get me started on that. I actually do have a video, Jaylen Brown versus Kevin Durant. The Kevin Durant shit came out. Jaylen Brown got, his shit shut down because he was doing too much positivity for the community. Crazy. Check that video out. But, all right, as far as the overall stuff, so let's go back actually look at every team LeBron has been on. Pattern recognition, bringing it back. Pattern recognition. If you can't recognize patterns, then life is way harder for you than it should be. Right? It's just a general. Like, bro, you just, this is the thing that happened. Whether I feel about it or not. It happened here. It happened here. It happened here. It happened here. It's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Damn, the mosquitoes are back already. Damn it, man. That's how you know the cold. That's how you know the cold is done. Damn, bro. That's my first mosquito I've seen a little bit. It was fucking freezing last night and the night before that. Mosquitoes came out with a vengeance. Now it's warm. Hello there. I don't know where the hell they hide when it's cold. But anyway, pattern recognition. So first off, Cleveland. Antoine Jameson was an all-star. 20 points per game. Mo Williams was all-star. Zydrunas Ilgauskas' injuries kind of fucked him up later on in the year. Players didn't last as long. Well, a lot like the mid-tier players, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that depends. Ilgauskas was good for like a few years when LeBron first came in. He declined. Verjao was also good for a little bit. He declined kind of rapidly. But that team wasn't nearly as like trash as people were saying, especially when like he was there. And the problem is LeBron was the system. This is what I've been saying since I was a kid too, because especially playing sports, and I used to compete a lot in different like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And shit. I've been competing in stuff since I was young. And fighting games, academic pentathlons, fucking spelling bees. So any competition, I was in it. You know what I mean? If it put me against somebody else, I was in that bitch, bro. Chess, badminton. I didn't get into pool until later. But hey, I was a hell of a badminton player as a kid. But somebody that my lateral play. So I understood what it took to build something. Because I used to love deck building. And I know there's an ebb and a flow. Every game of competition has its own language, its own ebb and flow. What is the language of the game? You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to basketball, we talked about the math of basketball. Check it out. 18 roles that you need in order to succeed. Go check that out. And when you condense all those roles into one player and just force feed them the ball, they're going to pad the stats. But that's how it works. And when you have an offense built around that, once that motherfucker leaves, now you got to start from scratch. So, of course, Cleveland looked garbage when he left because their entire offense was built around this one guy. So, and then I was like, well, of course they look bad. They're not as bad as they look. And then, stuff happens, injuries, and then they tanked. They got Kyrie to pick and all that. Then they just chose bad picks. But that's all another thing. That's Cleveland's fault. So, boom, Cleveland. Then he goes to Miami. So who's the first major victim? Because Cleveland, they was talking shit about his teammates, yeah. But the first major victim of LeBron James and the hype train destroying his teammates, y'all remember Chris Bosh. All-Star, future Hall of Fame. He would have been first ballot. He probably still gonna make it first ballot because, sympathy and shit like that. Even though he deserves it, but I mean, man, I wish he wouldn't have got those blood clots. Man, I'm not gonna go into theories about that. You know what I'm saying? But that I was looking forward to seeing Miami without LeBron because Chris Bosh was always good. Whenever LeBron or D Wade sat, especially LeBron, his numbers would go back up to how he was in Toronto. We had Skip Bayless on TV calling him Boss Spice, calling him a female and shit, disrespecting him and his family. But it was bad. He got it like bad. All the cover for LeBron. Like LeBron James fans, they have to put other people down. And not just put them down. They have to put them down in the most negative, disrespectful, and blatantly evil way that they can. Right? And it's that meme energy, Meme energy is the bane of understanding truth, People are more worried about memeing than they are actually like facts. Yeah, it's fucking weird as shit. Well, it's not weird. It's just human nature, I guess. But Chris Bosh, they fucked him over. On the same team, Mario Chalmers. To tell that Mario, but see, Mario was like, man, that's why LeBron a bitch. Yeah, LeBron trying to get up on him. Like, so you coming at me for? Stop being a bitch. Like, if you don't want to be called a bitch, then stop being a bitch. And he's a bitch. It's just what it is. He got mad at Mario, and then so the media always attacked Mario. If it wasn't for the Saturday Night Live shit and Chris Bosh, when Mario Chalmers came to Chris Bosh, like, hey man, stop all that. Chris Bosh was like, all right, he was cool. He was going on, but LeBron didn't stop that bullshit, so he had to buck up with him a couple times. So then now we go to the next team, back to Cleveland, and who's the next patsy? Kevin Love and J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith had a Hall of Fame career, low key, but his fans really destroyed his legacy just over one play. And LeBron, bitch ass, complained about JR going the wrong way. And I heard the explanation. The explanation actually made sense. I forgot exactly what it was. There's a whole bunch of shit going on. But even still, there was an overtime. There was a whole overtime to be played. And he pouted and complained. If you are as great as you are, then fucking win the game. And so every time I hear J.R. Smith, all the memers, the LeBron fans, once again, the memers. The same thing, the Smash Brothers. That's probably not going to say I competed in fighting games. The Smash Brothers community, they're full of memers. It's crazy. Smash Brothers is one of the most advanced fighting games of all time, but the community doesn't even understand the fucking game, dog. That meme, it's weird. It's weird as shit. That's why like a couple of dudes like really dominate that bitch, because it's, the memers don't really understand the concept of competition. Really, they don't understand offense, defense, special team. They just want to push buttons. You know what I'm saying? They're memers. They're not really competitors. Competitors have a certain respect for competition. There is a respect for the art of competition. The best way I can put it, if you see MMA, watch how Japanese, how they treat MMA. That's how fighting game players treat fighting games. And we don't meme on the people that lose a game. You know what I'm saying? It's part of it. Unless it's like a Perfect Legend get 13-0 by Sonic Fox. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. Even Justin Wall with the comeback, evil moment 37. I think they pitched up 37, 47, 37. Yeah, bro. Sorry, you rapper. Oh man, even that, he's not memed on and shit. We respect the art of competition. That's how basketball players and sports fans should be. Like other forms of competition don't do that. Shooting games, they don't really do that. MOBAs and shit, they don't really do that. But there's not a respect for the art of battle. And when you do that, this shit, at the end of the day, we win or lose, but it's how you play the game. We try to teach our kids that shit, but we don't follow it. We teach our kids to be respectful and have respect for the game and all that. How you have respect for the game when you as fans don't? Y'all don't have respect for the game. Y'all just want to meme. That's right. I just want to meme. It's just it's so irritating because I'm all about energy. They put this negative energy forward for no reason. DeAndre Ayton saying I'm not Clint Capella shouldn't invoke such hostility, such evilness from you. It should be like, well, okay. Because he's not. He's really not Clint Capella. But once again, we'll go back to that. I'm going through the list. We'll get back to that. Obviously, he was on Cleveland. Second time, J.R. Smith. Yeah, J.R. Smith had, low-key a Hall of Fame career. LeBron wanted him. LeBron stole him from New York for a reason. That's another pattern of LeBron stealing players. It goes back to the Luka bullshit and Nico Harrison. I didn't even write down my doubt, but that's coming later. I'll bring up the Dallas Mavericks bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And that's another LeBron and Luka thing. They both, their franchises, not the franchises, their fan bases are very similar. Very toxic, have to hate everybody on the team that's not this guy. Oh, Luka carried this guy, which he didn't. Kyrie was the best player on that team. You can say who you want. During that year, now Kyrie fell off, and for the first two series, Kyrie's the best player. You can argue otherwise, but you're wrong. You're just wrong. Defensively, he was locked in. Offensively, locked in. Playmaking, he was the best one. Now, in the last series, Kyrie ran out of gas, and I saw it at the end of the series, and then that's how I knew it was going to be a bad finals for Kyrie because he ran out of gas. If you understand how energy works, E equals MC squared. These beings are made of mass, therefore they are made of energy. Energy equals mass. Energy doesn't transform into mass. The equal sign is not transformative. E equals MC squared. You understand how energy works? Like, they're humans. And laws of physics apply regardless of if you think of it or not. Regardless if you are looking at it or if you believe it does. These dudes don't have infinite amount of energy. Not everybody's Steph Curry. Like, bro, it's like these are anomalies. It goes back to that's why DeAndre Ayton saying what he said. Like, so then nobody has infinite energy. I can't do all the stuff that I'm good at. This is what I'm good at. And do all the other shit. And yeah, and I'm also uploading this now because he had this thing where he realized, he said he looked in the mirror, realized I'm not that guy. That's fine. That's a whole different thing in and of itself. Because he had his own problems. And coming to accountability with himself, hey, that's always a good thing. But the fans, y'all got to be accountable too. Because y'all, this is just like the Kuminga situation. Kuminga plays a certain way, so you have to put him in a position to succeed. Any player does. But when it's Kuminga, everybody's against Steve Kerr, rightfully so. But when it's dealing with LeBron and the Lakers, everybody's against the player. Kuminga's like, son, I'm not the player you're trying to make. You're punishing me for not being the player that you want me to be. Last year, he out of his own mouth, he said he wanted Kuminga to play at GP2. That shows you how garbage Steve Kerr is. He's fucking trash. He's always been trash. He's never been a good coach, ever. Overrated as hell. He said, I want you to play like GP2. How stupid do you have to be? That's not his role. That's not what he's great at. Now, he can do it. And like DeAndre Ayton came and said, look, I'll try it. I'm not that guy. I'll try. That's good on you. But you'll never get the value you can get from DeAndre Ayton by asking him to do that. You get max value by asking him to do the shit that he's good at and then sliding into other shit like rebounding and stuff like here and there and accounting for the rest of that with your other players. But yes, he could be a good rim runner, rebounder. Yeah, I mean, he can play that role. It's not optimal, but he can do it. So once again, the hatred he gets is because of LeBron. That's what it is. It's the same circle. LeBron and Luka, having them both on the same team, like that. So it's extra. In addition to being with the Lakers, so he got 3 times the hate. Dudes really listed their video titles as "I hate DeAndre Ayton." Get a fucking life, you fucking loser. That's it. If you hate DeAndre Ayton because he said he's not Clay Capella, which he's not. Like, they have different skill sets. If you hate him because of that, then you are a loser who needs to get a life. Once again, some people have that memer energy, so it's fun to just hate on things. Even if they don't actually hate, they like to hate on it because it gives them that kind of sense of energy, garbage. So now let's go back to, we talked about Cleveland, J.R. Smith, they talk about one play. And Love, I didn't even touch on Kevin Love, all this talking, what I'm saying. And we know Kevin Love was a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now he might not even make it. I hope he does. He really gave up his career. But that's partly his fault. Kyrie showed you what to do to preserve your legacy. Tried to sun Kyrie. Again, actually everybody, Kyrie, Kevin Love, but Kyrie fought back and he had the personality. Dumbass reporter asked him if LeBron is a good father figure. Look like, what the fuck you talking about, bitch? I got a father. Shut your dumb ass up. Always do that weird shit. LeBron James fans are weird, dog. Oh, man. That's what this whole thing's about. The toxicity of the LeBron James fan base. Kyrie said, deuces. And Kevin Love should have got the fuck. Sorry, son, I know you had depression and all that, but look, son, you make your own decisions. You have to live with them. You would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer if you would have got the fuck out of there. Like, son, if you argue otherwise, you don't know basketball. So you don't. You should watch More of my videos, especially the ones breaking down how to evaluate players. Total value. So that's my shorts. I have a few short series really help you see how to break down total value of a player. The best outlet passer in the history of the NBA was Kevin Love until Jokic came in. But Kevin Love was really like a quarterback side. He was a quarterback and he was so instrumental in that Cleveland fast breaks. That's what he doesn't get credit for. LeBron James can do what he does because you had Kevin Love with the best outlet passes in history. Like, son was a literal quarterback in a basketball court. But they destroyed his career. All right, let's go. Let's go to LA. Once again, pattern recognition. If you don't get the pattern by now, there's many things that could be said about you, none of which are good. You know, that's not. All right, LA. When he first got there, Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. First was Dwight Howard. Really, they scapegoated him for whatever reason. But Anthony Davis was a bitch ass too, because Anthony Davis was part of it too. He was cuddled up with LeBron. Fuck that guy. You know, don't get me started on Davis. I do have one coming up too, because I was gonna put the Stephen A. bullshit in there, but I'm just gonna put that in my Pelicans video. I've been working on for like a fucking month. You know, I've been depressed after Jose got traded because the team was good, and all that dumbass Pelicans media was talking about, oh, we got to trade. The team's not good, so we need to make a move. The team's not good, we need to make a move. Like I said, wait till DeJounte come back. There's no need. So we traded Jose for no fucking reason. So I was surprised. I haven't made a Pelican video since that bitch, So, well, like a dedicated one. I made some shorts. But, anyway, like I said, go back. Anthony Davis, yeah. Ripped his ass apart. His legacy is destroyed. All these people talking trash about Davis, especially in the Luka trade, they don't really understand. Generational player. He's a generational player. Anthony Davis is more generational than Luka could ever be. There's never been a player like Anthony Davis until Wemby. Wemby is Anthony Davis 2.0. Prime Davis. You can check out our Stoner Sports Network, you know what I'm saying? He's the first non-local dude that looked at that team in their prime was really like they could have been special. That's why LeBron stole our fucking players. They know, like they have ways of knowing who's going to be good and who's not. They have ways of knowing. They are really good at probability management and predicting the future based off of data. Because that's what I do. I'm like saying, I'm not Nostradamus. I can look at patterns and extrapolate that to the future. And if I could do it, these motherfuckers can do it. You know what I'm saying, son? So like they can tell based off of certain metrics and how things go, like who's gonna be good or not. So they knew Melo was gonna be that dude. So from the jump, they hitting him up. They slandering him in the media all the time. They taking his players away. That Nuggets team was good. They traded all the players for no fucking reason, just to hurt Melo. Because Melo was supposed to be the face. The dude had the best college season in history up until that point. That one and done. Carried his garbage ass team to the championship, won that bitch as the clear best player in the country, number one. And then Melo came in, something I never seen as a rookie, took the best player on a lottery fucking team and took them to the playoffs in the West. And LeBron James won Rookie of the Year. At that point, I automatically knew. If at that point when that happened, if you couldn't figure out that the fix was in for LeBron's career, then congratulations, you just been a manipulated sheep. You can blame most of your problems in your life on the fact that you don't know how to look at reality and just see general patterns of what people are trying to manipulate you. Congratulations. And I had to be harsh about it, but it's like it is what it is. Like this shit is like way bigger than basketball, brother. Yeah, this is media manipulation 101. And not just basketball, it's all kind of shit. This is psychological manipulation. If you can't see this shit, and you think it's not a big deal because it's sports, then congratulations, you're just a fucking sheep on the wheel. You're one of them. You are food for the system. Hey, look, it's all good. I mean, hey, I'm not a fucking self-righteous dude at all. The system needs to be fed. In fighting games, we call them pop monsters. You know, you need to have pop monsters. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to feed the system. And then that'll keep them on my fucking back. You know what I'm saying? The people who understand how the shit works, we can live our lives way more stress-free. If not, then motherfuckers will fuck with us way more than they should. So yes, go ahead. We need dumbasses to feed the system. You know, it's not necessarily about being dumb, really. kind of, but it's really more about confidence in yourself and understanding how to judge life and the shit that people are saying to you and judging them off yourself, your own values. Because if you're judging them off of their values, they could just lie to you, whatever. If you have a baseline to like bounce it off of, because I have a baseline, and when I'm seeing bullshit off of my own eyes and they're telling me and what they're saying isn't matching what I'm seeing, so like you have to have that anchor. That way you got from you to them, boom, boom. So they're telling you shit, but then you have one line from you to the event that you're observing. So if these two things aren't aligned, it's like a little triangle. If that little triangle isn't aligned, then it's not fucking true. You know, it's like a logic exercise, you know. Like that. I'm seeing this, but they program you to think it is. They say, oh, don't anecdotal evidence is trash. That's a form of programming for you not to trust yourself. Because everything is anecdotal. You just have to trust their anecdotes. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody can think for you. You the only one that can experience your whole life. So everything that you experience is your own anecdote. But you know, I got a little diatribe, but this is the crux of the LeBron James problem and how it's been so prevalent over these fucking 20 years. Yeah, I've been losing my mind, and I can finally, you know, and I just gotta let the guys, whatever. I just let it go. Now there's so many people who actually understand the truth about LeBron. I can finally say these things. Like I said, you can check my fucking Facebook history from 20 years ago, dog. I've been saying all of these things for years because it's the truth. Once again, logic exercise. Everybody watch it, do it. Vote. Draw a line between you and the object, the thing that you are observing, the shit that you want to determine if it's true or not. You draw a line from that thing to them. What are they saying about this thing? And then you draw a line from you to the other people, you know, to the third party. All right, so what are they telling you about this thing? If they're telling you something different than they're saying about it, then there's another key to manipulation, understanding manipulation. It's the triangle, bro. You know, you got a free lesson in logic and breaking media manipulation over here, all right? So let's get back to Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. Yeah, let's go all the way back. You know, Russell Westbrook. You know, West Brick, and that they called him. All the slanderous nonsense. All because LeBron James can't take a step back. If LeBron James would have taken just a step back as a third option, let Anthony Davis run the team because he's already the best player on the team from the get-go. If you think otherwise, you do not know basketball at a high enough level. Anthony Davis, one of the best defenders of all time. This dude could guard every position, guard the perimeter. He was the first player I ever seen guard the pick and roll by himself. Casuals always bring up defense when it comes to hating on a player. Like they'll talk about Zach LaVine's defense, Trae Young's defense, Carmelo Anthony's defense. They don't bring up, you know, Steve Nash's defense or, you know, Dirk Nowitzki's defense, but yeah, that's a whole other thing. They only use defense when they want to hurt a player bullshit. Anthony Davis is the best defender of all time. He's no lower than top 5, but he is the number 1 defender of all time. There's no defender who could do the things he does, and he did as in his prime. Except till Wemby. Wemby is Anthony Davis 2.0. If you don't know, if you didn't watch Prime Davis, watch Wemby. You know, kind of. Davis was quicker though. He had real point guard skill. He would break you down and come, boom, yamming that bitch. Like I said, watch that Stoner Sports Network. He had a video with Anthony Davis and Boogie. But they'll catch bodies out there. Oh, I didn't know he'll catch bodies. Yeah, get it out the net. AD and that big. They both can shoot the 3. They both can yam on you. They both can run the offense. They both can do everything. Man, that team was fucking special. Then he stole Rondo from us too. That's what I didn't bring up. And LeBron James, he took not just Anthony Davis from us. He stole Rajon Rondo. Like Rondo's bitch ass. Like we loved Rondo. We loved all our players. We loved Boogie too. Like that's why Boogie's a bitch ass nigga. Like, sorry, Butch, like, he really just dissed the team for no reason. We offered him, he was mad at the offer we gave him after he got hurt. But the offer he gave him was better than anybody else would have gave him. We gave him a good-ass offer. It was like $30 million for 2 years. He was pissed off, and he took like an $8 million offer. He was going to make $15 million a year. He took an $8 million for Golden State, did nothing. Garbage. Man, DeMarcus Cousins leaving, that was the first domino. If he would have stayed, then I don't think all the steak dinners in the world wouldn't have got LeBron James to steal Anthony Davis. What kind of games? Nigga took you out to dinner, man. What are you doing? LeBron James really took Anthony Davis out to dinner to steal his ass, bro. What are you? And then you got shitted on your whole career over there, because that's what happens when you play with LeBron. Russell Westbrook got shitted on his whole career over there at his career as a Lakers career. Nah, but Westbrook, he had enough support and he bounced back. Westbrook's reputation was done. So he was in a low state, man. He was depressed, man. Westbrook was in an awful place because of y'all. And y'all don't take no kind of responsibility. Y'all just move on and say, he's playing better basketball now. Like, so they're human at the end of the day. You want to hate these people for that they don't play basketball. Carmelo Anthony, that's when I really started. I saw how much hatred Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson used to get. The Allen Iverson hate was just racism, bro. It's like they hated his look. They changed the rules. He was too, not even saying, so they changed the rules on his ass. And Carmelo was like Allen Iverson 2.0. He came with the cornrows. LeBron James was a very sanitized black man, you know what I'm saying? White people loved him. So Carmelo was the antithesis of that. So I could always tell who a racist was based off of how they talked about Carmelo. You can feel it. When they speak about Carmelo Anthony with this hatred, there's a certain kind of hatred that they have for Melo. It's not just a regular, it's a you can feel it, bro. So when I was younger, I used to if I hear you talking bullshit about Melo, then I knew he was just one of them dudes to stay away from, because it's just basketball. You just don't like the way he plays basketball, so that's fine. He didn't do anything off the court. He protected his wife when the motherfucker was talking shit. But y'all just hate the man for no reason. Well, not for no reason, because you don't like his look and style. We don't like his energy. So I see LeBron James and all these players getting hate for this. For every teammate, bro, every teammate he comes with, man, this is going longer than I expected. I'll probably just do a different one for the BAM. I'm gonna finish this up. So we're on LA, and now for the LA stint number 2. Yeah. After Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook got that hate, now it's DeAndre Ayton. And they tried other players too. Rui Hachimura, he was trying to hate him for a little bit. Gabe Vincent, they try to hate him, you know what I'm saying? They hate pretty much anybody. They just pick somebody randomly to hate on. But when it comes to the main hate, Austin Reeves is too good for them to hate on. I didn't expect Austin Reeves to really go to the next level like he did. But and now we got DeAndre Ayton all the way back. He's the next one that has to be hated by LeBron and his fans. So next time you start talking shit about DeAndre Ayton and clapping your hands about, oh yeah, he took accountability because he's not that guy. Just know you're a piece of shit and you're the part of the problem and why the bullshit goes on the way it does. I'm sorry. It's just I'm really passionate about all of this because once again, my energy dude, and the world could be a better place if you just don't put unnecessarily negative energy out there. I'm not saying be a Boy Scout. Listen, I cuss my ass off here. My sword's sharp as a bitch. I'll slay an enemy when the motherfucker's standing before me. But I don't need to go picking battles I don't need. You know what I'm saying? Save your blade for the battles that you actually need to fight. And it's not, so what? He says he's better than Clint Capella. He didn't even say he's better. He says, I'm not Clint Capella. And he's not. And he got ripped up for it. This is the LeBron James and Luka Doncic's effects all combined into one. They pinchered his ass into, boom, destruction. Stop hating on players. Stop hating on Zach LaVine. So they just playing basketball. So what if they don't play the way you want them to play? So the fuck what? Get a motherfucking life. Really, when the Pelicans started pissing me off, you see what I fucking did? I got a life. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, I'm just not going to talk about them because they're pissing me off. Even when they started doing good, because I knew they would do good, because I'm good at pattern recognition, I said, look, this team's going to be good once we get all that shit figured out. Our coach is garbage. Not Willie Green. Willie Green was way better than Boryega. Boryega spent most of the time not playing a center and not playing a point guard. Got rid of Jose, who's our fucking best point guard, one of the best passers in the league, actually. And passing is such an underrated skill. One of the most important skills, like second most important skill in the game, behind ball handling. Passing is the second most important skill. And you got rid of a dude that you needed playmaking, you know? And then I knew we would get better, especially once Murray come back, because all we needed was a point guard and to play our fucking centers. And when it happened, what happens? We started winning. So I didn't start making videos of being excited. I mean, I was kind of pissed off at winning. I was like, yes, this is exactly what's supposed to happen. It's like when you on the train tracks and you see the fucking train coming and you're telling everybody, hey, look, there's a train coming. If you want to catch it, you got to stand here and do X, Y, and Z. And everybody just running around, hey, blah, 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 blah. Thinking up their own reasons for why the train's coming. Maybe the train's coming from space and they'll come here. Maybe the train's a magic train. They're trying to generate their own reasons for why the train's coming, how the train's coming. Instead of just looking at the fucking thing objectively. Just be like, look, what is the causality, between what A and B? Objective causality. I guess that's a good way to define objectivity, causality. I actually was having a discussion about what even is objectivity. Very thought-provoking. Like, how do you even define objectivity? Remember, I told you, we filter everything through ourselves anyway, so what's really objective? But yeah, I guess that's it. So that's going to be it for now, though we got a 40-minute video. I'll come back with the BAM. But kiss your loved ones. I don't even know if I'm going to edit this. I might just... I don't edit any of them, really. I've been saying I want to. It's all there. We'll see. I'll probably upload that bitch raw again, and then maybe edit it later. But whatever. I'm your boy Rooster. Wake your ass up, because the walrus never sleeps. You hear me? Follow me on Instagram, DJ Rooster 504. I'm on LinkedIn, DJ Rooster 504. On LinkedIn, I do self-help and network generation. I'm about to bring it to YouTube, make another channel. But it's a whole thing. Like, follow, subscribe, send it to your people if you're still here. And if you're still here, you're a special one. I appreciate you. You're the best. Rooster out.